Hello and welcome back to Dark Souls 2. This is episode 20. I'm Control Volume.
And I think poor Herbert here has been traumatized by his DLC experience.
He is a beautiful sea princess. Don't judge him.
Uh, yeah, I'm not sure about the beautiful part of it. Oh hey, there's something new. I don't think that chest was there, was it?
I think it was, but this guy definitely wasn't hiding behind it. And I had a feeling that if I actually went up to the chest normally, he'd be trying to go and break it.
Yeah, that's that's like the most annoying feature in the sequel. Just the whole breaking chests thing.
It wouldn't be so bad if it weren't for the fact that the enemies can do it too. So this
Yeah. Uh, I mean, it's not just that the enemies can do it, but they actually set up like traps, like in Black Gulch, yeah, the one that's in the pit of tar, and then you go in there with a torch.
I've actually never set that one off. I didn't even know you could break a chest with fire until someone went and mentioned that they accidentally did it.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. Like, I didn't even know you could break wooden chests, right up until that happened to me by accident.
So this is Earthen Peak. It's kind of the same, but the mannequins are in much worse places. Like, not worse as in it really sucks to play against them, just worse as in they're very good at ambushing you now.
Yeah, and I mean, because the mannequins of all of the enemies in the game they were the easiest enemy. God knows they needed a buff.
So here's me struggling against hitboxes.
Hitboxes, the true final boss of Dark Souls.
They got some pretty solid construction going on. You can't even get an arrow through 10 feet or 10 inches next to it.
Yeah, that's some pretty good fortifications there.
So I'm just
It's funny, it never occurred to me to actually go down to this ledge to snipe these guys. I always shot them through the cogwheel, which was a pain in the ass.
it was mostly just because I was going to ignore them until I was going to that chest. It's like, no, they're just going to shoot me, then they're going to shoot the chest, and it's just going to be a nightmare.
Also, the most pointless lever ever in any Souls game.
But it makes such geographic sense. So there's an item over there. I forget how to get there in this episode until the very end, and then I decide it's not worth going back to. It was just, I think, like a great soul of some sort and a poison broadsword, so
Yeah,
we didn't miss much.
it's the poison broadsword. That's in vanilla at least. Not sure if they changed it, but I'm guessing they didn't.
They did not.
Oh hey, they changed the mannequin guy apparently.
Oh yes. They don't want to just put him in front of you now. That's easy. They gotta hide him up here.
Does he still run up and close the gate on you?
Well, this guy actually came down to say hi. But yes, you can hear it closing right there.
Yeah, and they even made him respawn, didn't they?
That is one nice thing. I do think he doesn't respond in this version. Because I was going through it again to get the poison broadsword later, and I didn't see him. But this is a windmill. I'm not entirely sure what they want me to do here, so I'm just gonna move on.
Clearly they want you to use a torch to melt the iron down.
That's like arson. That's property damage. Oh, that's just uncouth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm mad. God, did they put that guy on the ladder?
I think it was just to spite you, just like, oh, you think you're going up here? Nope. Either that
Yeah.
or he was above us and he noticed us and we took so long that he started climbing down.
Yeah, so as I was saying, clearly a man of Herbert's stature would never resort to torching a windmill like that.
Yes, he is no ruffian.
Just look at him all bathing in that majestic sludge.
You know, if they're insistent on going down the ladder like this, that's their issue.
Well, they don't have the cat ring.
I could take a fall. Also, ignore those orbs.
What, you mean the cracked red eye orbs that you clearly didn't have in your inventory?
Yeah, you know, the ones that don't exist.
Also, the best place to hide like a flame butterfly. Because with a Souls game, you just know that whenever you have an item in a really inconvenient place, it's just gonna be like Lloyd's talisman or something.
Or a poison broadsword. It's just, I remember finally figuring out how to get to that after a couple of playthroughs, after just not even bothering. And when it was a poison broadsword, that was a kick in the dick. Of all the enchantments you could put on a broadsword, it's the most worthless one. Bleed would probably be better.
What, you mean you don't hit like a billion times with your poison broadsword? I mean, it's not like it's a slow weapon or anything. Also, you killed Pate, didn't you?
No,
Or
Pate's
is he
still alive.
Uh,
Hey, Pate. Later, Pate.
right, this is the place where he would give you his gear if you had summoned him for the last giant fight.
Yeah. But we didn't get around to doing that, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's for people who aren't in the Covenant of Champions. All those wussies.
Speaking of mannequin ambushes,
Oh, that's just a thing.
you can actually see him if you're going slow. You can see like a little ledge up on the top left there, and that's where that mannequin was hiding. It's unless you're specifically looking for it, you are not going to see that mannequin.
Well, okay, if you could see him, then that's just Dark Souls. It's not like these kind of ambushes are new to the series.
No, but I can kind of see. I'm trying to go and find a way down there, and of course I'm sitting there staring at everything else beyond just the obvious way of dropping down.
Yeah, clearly, there has to be a more complicated solution to this simple puzzle.
Well, they did reboot the game. You don't know, they might have shifted the entire geography around.
Put invisible walls everywhere. The true Kaiser Soul starts here.
Anyways, hey, Pate, later, Pate.
And I think those pods are there just specifically to dick over people who roll through doors.
They definitely are.
Right. I didn't even realize until now that this is the way you have to go if you don't kill the mannequin. Because whenever I played, I just bum rushed him and just killed him before he could get away and close the door on me.
Yeah, the first time I saw him, I was like, oh, I wonder where this guy's going. And then I saw him close the gate right in front of me, and like, what the heck? I think I spent 5 minutes looking around for the switch before finally realizing that it was just supposed to be a dick move.
Yeah, I saw him running and I was just immediately reminded from the guy, of the guy from Dark Souls 1 in the Undead Parish.
Oh
You have
yeah.
the whole boar encounter and one guy would always run off and close the gate on you.
Shush. You idiot. Stay quiet.
Speaking of assholes,
Don't give me away.
He is just an honest businessman trying to make a couple souls.
Yeah? Why else would you be here?
I mean,
It's got
ignore
a
the
death.
fact that he's on the run from the law or something.
yeah,
You want to climb
it's not like
down
there's
here?
like wanted posters of him or
I
anything.
can lend you a ladder. But,
It's just an innocent
how
laddersmith.
much can you offer
Yeah,
me?
Herbert seems to like him,
Why,
and
yeah,
clearly he
I
wouldn't
tried to
associate with such riffraff.
Have you no gratitude?
It's one of the few people that's actually been sort of nice to him, even if he just wants his money.
I've got a soft heart, so I let you.
Well, that makes him already better than like 99% of NPCs in the Souls games.
Yeah, I mean the only other NPC that was interested in him because of his souls, sort of got turned into paste by a dragon's tooth.
After all the NPCs he murdered, I don't even know which one got flattened by a dragon's tooth anymore.
Lydia, or Ledia, however you say it.
Oh, her, right.
You know, I don't want to go and pay for a lockstone, but a ladder, you know, that's an honest trade.
Yeah, except you don't pay for a ladder, you pay for a guy to move the ladder like 2 meters to the side.
Well, he was very good at hiding it, so we couldn't do it ourselves. It's a skill only Gillikin could offer. Just finding ladders nearby.
Because clearly it's a skilled labor. It's like union rules and everything.
This guy's just kind of hanging out. He doesn't wake up until you just mess with him. And yeah, I don't really think this guy's having too good of a day anymore.
Oh god, that ankle is gonna be sore for like a month. Well, didn't catch right elevator.
No, I was hoping it would do something funny, but it did the normal thing.
Well, what else would it do? Like, just fall down from the ceiling and crush you? Because that's something that I would expect this game to do.
I really don't think there's many places with, I mean, this will fall down and crush you if you're slow enough, but I don't think there's many places that really have instant death crushing traps.
Yeah, I mean, it goes down at a reasonable pace, is what I'm saying. Like, I would expect it to just, like, fall down.
Oh yeah. And it just shows that they're practical rather than complete dicks, in stark contrast to the rest of this area.
Yeah, gotta thank them for small favors. Although, that kind of sounds an awful lot like Stockholm Syndrome to me.
You know, they're just looking out for you. They have your best interest in mind while they torture you.
Yeah, I mean, sure, they put in a lot of dick moves, but think of all the terrible dick moves they could have put in and didn't.
I know. It's it's like they spend a bunch of time poisoning you, but then they give you a poison loss at the end of it. It's just so nice of them. Also,
Speaking of poison,
they replaced the sorceresses in this area with more poison pots.
that's kind of lame. I always found it funny if you just shot like an arrow at the sorceresses, and they would just get poisoned and die.
That was one of the best parts of this area. I'm kind of disappointed they took it out.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious about the whole replacing enemies thing anyway. Like, is there some limitation, like if you have more than 15 enemies inside an area, the Xbox explodes or something?
Maybe it was like that in the base game, but this is using new RAM.
Oh, so it's like 17 enemies now.
Something like that.
Oh, consoles.
You know, there's gotta be, like, I'm pretty sure they can put more enemies in, and you will understand why I think this when we get to Iron Keep.
Oh, I can only imagine. Also another one of those dick move hidden bonfires. Like,
Yeah.
With the items behind hidden walls, I can understand because it's like a bonus thing that rewards you for exploring, but with the bonfires, it can drastically change how an area plays out, depending on whether or not you find it, and meaning that if you don't find it, areas just get really fucking tedious because you have to run through to get to a boss or something.
Yeah, especially here.
Yeah, I mean, at least they removed those sorceresses, so you don't have to kill those anymore.
Yeah.
But
one thing I don't remember being in the original game is if you take a close look at this chest, you can actually see the teeth before you attack it.
I'm not sure about the teeth, but I know the mimics have these clamps that the normal chests don't have.
Yeah, in the original game they were subtly different. They had some clamps, but in this one I was actually taking a closer look. You can actually see the teeth in the model now.
I wonder, does the Lloyd's talisman trick still work on them?
Not sure. Oh shit, next time I find a mimic. I mean in a wooden chest anyways.
Also, you're really gonna do this with all the poison and muck around?
Well, you know, we can't betray our principles here. We're not doing property damage, it's rude. We are better than the people who made this place.
Yeah, we only murder most people, but we will respect the property. Except when we break and enter.
Look, they left the door open.
Clearly they're at fault if they get robbed and murdered.
It's not breaking. It's not breaking and entering. It's just entering and, you know, home assault. So we have to go and do a little bit of inventory management here. I end up putting a bunch of stuff in there and then taking it right back out. It's very exciting.
Oh, you sped up all the best parts.
I know, it's part of what you're looking for in this LP, but sometimes it's just, you gotta do without. It's all things in moderation.
Yeah, but I mean, also, I think Herbert's not really doing so well. Like, he's all green and he has this weird stench. Like, if cartoons ever taught me anything, it's when you got stench lines coming off of you, that's a bad sign.
I think that's most of Herbert's days. You know, he's got some medical issues, you know.
Like with the bad knees.
Things just start breaking down when you reach this age.
This wise an age where you can just dodge roll like crazy and do all kinds of athletics and jump down deep chasms and survive without a scratch, but you can't scale like knee-high rubble.
Like I was saying earlier, you can't really say what a disability is gonna do to you. You just gotta take it as it comes. But that was Mytha. Not entirely sure why people make such a big deal about it sometimes. It was pretty easy.
Oh my. I remember I actually, my first time through the game, I actually fought her with the poison thing too, because I didn't know about the fucking windmill. It didn't make any sense to me.
Well, it's doable, so...
Anyway, I wonder where this elevator that was located atop a windmill could take us.
Space is distorted in Drang Lake.
Didn't they say that in the first game to excuse all the online co-op stuff? Like, space and time is distorted and different worlds just overlap, and that's why you have multiplayer.
Something like that.
It's multiverse theory.
They basically just made a bunch of shit up to sort of satisfy the lore, I think.
Yeah,
But-
God knows, you can't do without the Dark Souls lore.